Hello there and welcome to CFO Conversations. I'm your host, Paula Kensington, and I have the great pleasure of having Henrik Elstrom in the studio with me today. And today, Henrik, we're going to talk about technology and its impact on the finance team. And this is where we get our crystal ball out. I know everyone's keen to know what is the impact to me and my job.
Yeah.
But I think there's so much talk about automation and transaction processing. Yes, it's coming, but is it coming as fast as what the media and everyone else seems to make out? I don't know. I think that there is a definite pace in terms of the business that you work in. There's a lot that we won't have to do in the future around transactions. But you and I were talking about what does that mean for the role of finance person and the CFO in the future if people are relying too much on machines and not on actually what's happening when things go wrong.
Yeah. No, and I think as we discussed before, I think there is a big difference between doing the work and understanding what is being done. And I don't code a lot of invoices anymore, but you still need to know how transactional finance works, because if something goes wrong, you need to go, okay, what happened? How do we fix it? And I think that I've seen through the last couple of years through some of the juniors coming up has been a little bit of a problem where the system all of a sudden says, okay, mismatch, doesn't reconcile, and they go,
What next?
And now I don't know what to do. Because what the system actually does in the background is not completely clear. And I think that's a little bit of a risk with technology. We go, computer's doing that, I don't have to do it. And you go, that's right, but you still need to understand it.
So you become the problem solver because the numbers are getting crunched. I mean, I remember the days of the actual adding machine where I had a stack of advice notes from the warehouse to track what was being shipped in work in progress. I had the adding up machine with the till roll, and I would add those up. And so we don't have to do that anymore, thank God. Thankfully.
Yeah,
but
thank God.
It's what's the problem now when WIP doesn't work out and like intercompany, like example you use, what happens when there's that discrepancy? The person has to go and unpack what happened.
And someone goes, what is WIP?
Yeah.
And you go,
right.
Okay, we have a different problem here now. And no, I think that, and I think also, I think it's going to be a gradual process, right? I think a lot of the things like automation and has had a lot of hype around it. I think it's a great thing. I don't think it's as great as it's been marketed as. I think programmers have been able to make programs that can do these things for decades probably, but now they're robots.
That's right. Now it's sexy and it's all like transformation. It's the hero again.
And they have exactly, and they have a user interface, so even I can program a robot, which to one sense is a good thing because non-programmers can do some pretty cool work. It's also a bit risky to have people that don't know anything doing it. Totally. And how do you govern the whole thing? We've all been in the Microsoft Excel trap where someone builds a VBA and then they leave and no one understands it, and we end up just throwing it out because it's hard to sign off from being accountable for something if you don't understand what's happening.
That's right, and the example you use again is around relying on machines and bots to process our BAS and our annual tax return, but that doesn't outsource the accountability of it.
Oh no, ATO will still come looking for you.
That's right, they're not going to be chasing that bot when it didn't add up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I think the point is, we can't outsource our understanding of what's actually going on underneath the surface. Yes, we can rely on not having to do all the transactions, but as finance leaders and accountants and CFOs and aspiring CFOs, this is something that we've got to really understand and take accountability for. It's not going to outsource and remove ethics, accountability and understanding.
Yeah. And we know from before that you can learn about ABC costing at university, but it's not until you actually do it that you actually learn it, or really go, okay, now I really understand how this works. And if you never do it, the machine takes care of it for you. As long as it works, you don't have a problem.
It's a different set of challenges, that's for sure. I'm not advocating we go back to T accounts, and I'm sure some viewers will not even understand what they are. But I'm not saying we're going backwards, but we do need to have an appreciation of how the records stack up.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Henrik. That's a great conversation starter.
Thank you.